A very good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Sunday, the 4th of May, 2025. We'll get straight onto it, not wasting any time. The synoptic picture starting yesterday at midday, slight disappointment compared to what was expected yesterday. These two fronts we were sandwiched in between sort of slowed things down quite significantly, not moving on as they were expected to. And we did end up with really quite a significant amount of upper cloud, cold temperatures on the ground. It did eventually get going when we launched the grid, but I think everybody struggled around quite a lot. So wasn't fantastic, but they have moved through now. Overnight, they were both clear to the south, leaving some nice unstable air with some high pressure approaching from the northwest. So very good potential today in terms of conditions. Got a nice air mass, and people are already making the most of it. Brief outlook, midnight tonight and into tomorrow, also looking fairly good and high, centered over the northwest tip of the UK and fairly slack isobars. So potentially quite a good day tomorrow as well. And then as the week goes on, back to high pressure, quite possibly blue. Looking at the sat picks for today, most current. You can see quite a lot of cloud in various places, particularly out over Wales at the moment. It's not really going anywhere. But where we are, we're mostly clear. We've got quite a lot of cumulus with a bit of streeting going on. That can be seen outside the window as well. Rain radar, showers spread out, particularly where a lot of that thicker cloud was on the sort of English-Welsh border. And if we have a look at the Met Office forecast, we'll just run that model through. See quite a lot of shower activity, nothing hugely significant over the south of Wales at the moment. By about lunchtime, Pembroke is going to be quite showery, but in the majority of the areas we'll be concerned with, there is nothing really to affect. And that runs all the way through to the evening, and convection will start to decrease, and we get a reduction in showers. Fonbataf, nice and simple. 030 degrees, 8 knots, cav okay. And that's the same locally at Lasham. We'll be having that in northeasterly wind. Upper winds then will windy, confirming that northeasterly flow at 2,500 feet. We're showing 17, just move back a little bit, about 18 knots at the moment. And looking later in the day, staying more or less the same throughout. Local Met Office forecast. Predicting slightly stronger winds on the surface, reasonable conditions, cumulus all day, wind northeasterly, becoming northeasterly later in the day, around 12, gusting 25 on average. Visibility should be reasonable, fairly low humidity, with still quite a high UV warning, so keep an eye out for that. Temperature, not as high as it has been. It will feel quite cool today. It should feel about 11 degrees with an actual of 14 due to that northerly wind. So we will want to probably wrap up a little bit if you're going to be out there all day. And just confirming that with the GFS, they're predicting about 13 degrees. With a dew point of 3 at present. Okay, so the south side webcam looking to the north, that looks very, very nice indeed. We've had good few go off already, some self launches, and some of the grid gliders are starting to go. First launch was at 8:43 this morning, so it's going now, and people are going to be continually launching throughout the whole morning. Not particularly high cloud base, but it does look quite good. Have a look at the estimate for that cloud base. At the moment, we had about 1,900 feet, and it's expected to rise steadily into the mid-morning. Skyset then, potential flight distance. Obviously, that's one of the things that's got everybody so excited. They're looking very good indeed. And we'll just have a look at the point forecast quickly for the clubbies. And you see, nice locally, 5-knot climbs, soarable up to around 6,000 feet with quite a big split. Wind on the ground, again, northeasterly around 030, suggesting up to 14 knots mean with a gust of 20. So slightly different to the Met Office prediction, but we're expecting some slightly stronger gusts and maybe a slightly lower mean. The thermal top wind, so saying northerly up to 30 knots at times, subsiding into the afternoon. And the pressure should be remaining roughly 1015 throughout, and into the late evening to next morning. It's going to be increasing as that high moves in from the northwest. Top meteo then for the clouds distribution, starting at 6 local. Lots of cirrus up to the north and quite a bit of also Q out over East Anglia. If we then run that through hour by hour, you can see small couple of Q down this area. That's now 8 o'clock local. And by 9 o'clock local, which is now, they've got it pretty accurate. Looking outside now, we can see a great deal of cumulus. And that's expected to be very nice all day. That does look very good. And starting to dissipate, that's 5 o'clock local now. Still going though, and by about 7 local, there'll still be some cumulus out over Wales. That's what we're expecting. And then by 8 o'clock, more or less everything will be gone. No times then, nothing especially significant. We've got 20, which is live firing at Bath and Stacey, as is normally the case. 21, that's Lasham. There's been no TAMs. And for the task weekend, 24, that's a BBMF fly past at Aldbourne, and that's from the surface to 2,800 feet, and that's around 11:30, 12 o'clock. The exact times can be found with that NOTAM. Should also mention that there is a microlight trade fair, I believe, at Popham today, so very, very busy GA traffic in the local area, so do pay extra special attention to that, especially in that area around Popham. Be very congested with all of our guys and all the visiting pilots flying in. Okay, we'll finish off with the local airfield brief, starting with the RF Odium cross section. More or less what we've seen to begin with, about 2,000 or 1,900 feet. Cloud base initially with a bit of scatter and a few stratocumulus. Moving up into the morning with a base of around 5,500, 6,000 feet through the majority of the day. 3 to 4 knot thermals predicted by the Met Office here, and should be remaining good all into the evening. Winds on the surface, north-northeasterly, fairly moderate initially, peaking at 14, gusting 20 to 22, and viz on the surface of 40 kilometers. Glider bookings for club flying. We have one K21 for booked flying this afternoon, K21 on the casual system for club members, and there's a K13 being used for trial lessons. Presently, we have 3 on the casual list, so if we get an instructor out to help, that'd be much appreciated. And for whatever reason you don't want to go flying, the simulator is available as normal. It's also the first Sunday of the month, so weather dependent and traffic dependent. We all have the Gliding Heritage Centre bringing some of their kit out to fly. So that'd be good to see on the airfield. Otherwise, they've got their normal tours going on, so can always get involved with that. And just a reminder, not so much of a worry now that we're departing off 09 today, but we do obviously have the noise avoid areas to keep an eye out for, in particular to the south and the west of the field. We have nothing to report from 2XL today, and in summary, we have high pressure approaching and a very unstable air mass leading to excellent soaring conditions. We have northeasterly winds on the ground throughout the day, gusting up to 25 at times. We operate runway 09 today, cables on the grass south, and we'll be airtowing off the hard north, and grid presently on 09 north grass, and that's already underway being launched. Please make sure, even if you're on the club launch point, that you are ready when the cable or arrive is going to be very, very busy during the first part of the day. And make sure we don't land or taxi on the disused runways shown here in red. There's our airfield setup, grid in its usual place in the top left-hand corner of the airfield there. Launch pod vehicle in a normal place, winching from the south, and once the grid's gone, any further air towing will be done from the north hard. That's all from me. I'll let you all crack on, get flying, and we'll see you out there. It's a very, very busy day, so let's keep it safe and have fun. Thank you.